this episode of Abergavenny Town Chat, the podcast that's looked after by Abergavenny Town Council. My name is Sandra and I'm the Principal Officer for Abergavenny Town Council, and today I'm joined by Councillors Chris Holland and Richard Griffiths.
Hello.
Welcome, gents.
Hello.
So today we are going to have a chat about being a town councillor. So I know today I'm flanked by someone who has served 38 years and a few weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, there we go. So I thought I'd just ask you both, first of all, about what you've enjoyed about being on a town council. I'll come to you first, Chris.
Oh, right, okay. As you probably already know, 38 years, the last 3 years have been with Abergavenny Town Council. Prior to that was Llanfoist Council. And there was a big change coming over to the town, the responsibilities, the meetings, meeting the public, and obviously in my case, becoming mayor in 2024-25.
There was quite a lot that you had to attend as well. I think out of the mayors that I've helped to support in the years I've been at the town council, you clocked up over 100 events you went to, is that right?
Yes. Not that I'm keeping count, mind, but yes.
That was a lot to go. I don't think people realise quite how much you have to attend or are invited to attend when you are the civic head of something like a town council. So that was quite a lot that you undertook on that.
Yes, it was. It was a very steep learning curve. But I think, as I've said before, it was such a pleasure and such an honour to visit all the various bodies that were in Abergavenny that wanted the mayor to attend. It was a privilege to have done it. And I'll do it again too. Mustn't say that.
And Richard, I know you've literally been with us for 3 weeks now.
Yes.
You've already attended a couple of town council meetings. How are you finding it so far?
Interesting. It's, nobody really knows what it's like until you get behind the desk and start talking to people. But it's nice. I mean, the people here are all lovely. I'll take the money off them after for saying that. But no, it's been really nice. They're really welcoming, and it's nice to actually get to know Abergavenny that little bit better, because I've lived here for 47 years. Not bad looking for a 47-year-old. But so I've been here for 47 years, and I've always wanted to help the town more. So it's actually nice that I actually get to help the town, actually start really doing stuff that is meaningful. I mean, I've always been doing stuff around the town, but this is the first time I'm like in the meetings and getting things sorted. I enjoy it.
Wonderful stuff.
And we've got people like Chris here as well, who are helping show me the way. You showed me all the ways to Skype. Only joking.
We've had quite a lot happen in the last few years, and even in the few weeks that you've been on the town council, literally the day after your election, we had to deal with the floods in the town and going out and talking to residents and businesses. And how are you finding that now that you're wearing a councillor hat, not just a resident hat?
I actually prefer it, because now I feel like I can do something. Where before long it's just been a case of, people might complain, I complain with them as well, because but you feel like you're not doing anything. Well, now people have got a real grievance. And now's the time that I can actually say, yes, I can help you with that. And of all the times to become town councillor, first day, floods Abergavenny. There we go.
This is it. It's been quite a lot that you've got to deal with as well, Chris, because the ward that you cover actually has half of the Sugarloaf Mountain in it, which is quite unique. You're probably our most rural ward, and unusually you're technically the only councillor that represents that particular area of Llanwenneth Citra. And then as a ward, it comes under with Cantref. How is it helping support the residents at that part of our town?
To be honest, when I came onto the town council, one of the objectives was to be able to, and no disrespect to Llanfoist Council, I was able to meet the right people and talk to the right people to get certain things done, highways, potholes and that sort of stuff. You were right at the coalface, as it were, able to talk to the relevant people with regards to action Previously, it was always through the clerk, but with Abergavenny Town Council, we're blessed actually, and I will use that word, that we have county councillors who are also town councillors, and that's helped me provide areas that needed attention at Llanwedd, etc.
This is it. We're very fortunate. As a town council, we're quite unusual in our makeup. Of the 17 councillors that we have, 4 actually hold cabinet positions at Monmouthshire County Council, and we also have the leader of Monmouthshire County Council as one of our town councillors. So certainly in the last few years, we are able to go directly to people who are sat in County Hall and ask for their advice and guidance on where we can access help and how we can help signpost our residents and our communities far easier. If I can go back to you, Richard, obviously just having gone through the whole election process, maybe you'd like to talk a little about what drove you to your decision to stand for election and how you found that process.
Oh, sure. Well, basically, I've always been in part of a political family. My dad was actually the Conservative Con Club chairman, so I've always been around that, and I've always liked the whole helping and getting involved, and I've never been one to stand back and think, oh, you know, they should be doing this and they should be doing that. I thought, no, I'm going to have a go. So the time came, I had an email through and it said, would you like to stand? I thought, yeah, do you know what? Sounds about right. I think I will. So I answered the email, went through the whole process. Then there was one interview. After that one interview, I was in and off I went, shaking hands and giving away leaflets.
Did you do a lot of door knocking in the ward that you stood for? So it was Park Ward that you're now representing.
I never knew how long that ward was. It's a very big ward, actually. It looks small on the map. You walk around it, it takes a long time.
You put your steps in for that then?
Oh, I did. I still didn't lose any weight.
The process on election day itself, did you actually attend the polling station or meet anyone when you were there, or did you kind of stay away from that? Well,
actually, I'm part of Synergy Choir and they turfed us out for the polling station. So we were singing next door in the church. But I made sure I was back for the count, met the other representative who was against me, a very nice chap, and we shook hands, and it was good. It was a nice feeling to actually win.
Was that quite nerve-wracking, actually, being there whilst the count's being done?
Exceptionally nerve-wracking. But you can't show that you're not nervous because you're there going, keep a cool face. But no, part of you, because you want to win. You want to have a good go at it, and you're just there thinking, oh, and you see all the counts going here, counts going there, and a bit of paper there, and thinking, I have no clue what's happening. But then they stood us up and said, right, here you go, and it's you. I was like, oh. Great. So
fantastic. Fanfares all round, as they say.
Well, there was two trumpets.
There we go. So, Chris, have you gone through similar processes when you've stood for election?
No. I suppose I've been very fortunate that for 35 years at Llanwedd, etc., I was unopposed, so I didn't go through that. This year, or joining Abergavenny Town Council, because of the boundary changes, then that was my first encounter with regards to elections. But no, I didn't go. I went to the count, obviously, to give my vote in, but I didn't hang around. I didn't want to wait. I went out and waited for the next day to hear the count and to find out that I had been elected.
It's a bit strange now, though, isn't it? Because a lot of the times you can actually get postal votes as well now, can't you? So I did my postal votes as well because I forget very easily. And so that's another way now. So actually going to the polling station isn't quite as busy as it used to be, I find now. It used to be a lot busier before the postal votes came in.
Yes.
When people I knew used to help out, I'd go visit or something, or when I was voting, it's completely different now, what I find. Better, don't get me wrong. But I find you lose the atmosphere a bit, don't you?
I suppose the postal vote is a really good way of enabling those that, as you say, might not remember where they need to go. As we say, we've been through boundary changes, so along with that our polling stations have moved, and if you're not familiar with where you can find that information, just knowing that you've got something there that's come to your house, that you can still participate actively in the elections and then send that back, just makes that process easier. But as you say, the actual process of going along with your voting card to a polling station and putting that cross in a box, there is something quite special about being able to do that, isn't it? So we certainly always try and actively encourage as many people as possible to participate in the elections. And of course you can do that now from the age of 16, you can register to vote from the age of 14. So we're now trying to go out and engage with the younger people of the town to make sure that with all the important elections that are now heading our way, obviously we're now going in towards the Senedd elections, which will be happening now in 2026. And then of course the local elections for the town councils will be happening in 2027. So it's really good that we're able to go out and talk to people about those processes and how they can engage with it.
It's quite unique actually, because there's not many people can actually vote for themselves, and obviously town councillors and councillors can do that. But just going quickly back to one of the original questions about the differences between where I was and where I am now. At Lynfoist, it literally was one meeting a month, and not much else. The town council, there's quite a lot of meetings that we attend. I chair the environment committee. I'm also on policy and resources committee, but there's so much goes on in the day as well, to keep one busy should one want to be a town councillor.
This is it. Would you have any advice to give to people that maybe are curious or interested in what the town council does and maybe thinking about with those elections coming in 2027, should they consider standing for election?
If you've got a voice and you have something you want to say and do and make your community better, you should always stand up for what you believe in and go for town council, because otherwise you're just screaming at the TV in your living room. You've not really got a voice unless you actually try. And that's what I did. I actually wanted to try and actually see if we can make a difference. And I live in Park Ward, it's my ward. I lived there for 30 odd years. And it's nice that I can actually say, I'm part of this and I'm part of the solution to actually help with what people's problems are. And so, yeah, go for it. You never know. It's like, I didn't know. I thought I might win, might lose. It's the gamble. But winning is so good. I mean, yeah, there's meetings, but those meetings are really interesting because you see things that you don't see. You actually get to look at how things are actually done. So when you start saying, oh, why are they doing this? Why aren't they doing this? You can actually start seeing, oh, they're doing this because, or they're not doing this because. And you get that information is key to doing anything in life, especially something like politics. So it's well worth it.
Absolutely. And what about you, Chris, if there's any aspiring councillors out there?
There are the politics side of it. I'm independent, so I tend to skim slightly over that. But it's the amount of work that goes on by the council staff. We've just had the light switch on, so all that organisation. We've had all the floods, and quite a few of us were down there lifting sandbags and trying to protect the premises down by the monument. So, you know, that was something that, although we're not paid to go and do that, that was a community thing, and we were there showing everybody that turned up that the council are out there getting their feet wet as well. But there's so much that goes on in this town that if anybody wants to check out our web page,
yes,
and they can see on there exactly what we do. It's not one meeting a week. It's no. In fact, for us, some of us, it's probably 4 or 5 a month easy, without the stuff that we have to do in the daytime as well.
Yeah. My first meeting was 2 on the trot. That was a baptism of fire.
Yeah.
But I would like to echo what Chris actually said then, because even though there are the politics side of it, it's more a community first, I find. It's a case of even though you've got your political parties and stuff, you still Abergavenny is still what we want to help. It's what we do. It's Abergavenny's our home, and it's what we want to do is help Abergavenny. So I always say community is always key to most of these things.
That's really great. Thanks very much, gentlemen. That's
No problem.
really lovely. I think what we would do is we'd actively encourage, and people may not be aware of this, is that our meetings have an open public session at the start where people can come and talk to us. And we've had that in recent months where they've come along and brought things to our attention that we had no knowledge of. And it's through that intelligence and information sharing that we can then, as a council, go out and find out from others within the community what really matters and what is important to them and needs looking at and addressing. Mm-hmm. So all of that information, as rightly said, on our website. We have our up-to-date meeting page on there, which tells you what meetings are coming up when. We always have policy and resources every month. We also have Environment Committee every month, but then we also have bi-monthly meetings of our People and Communities Committee and also full council. And all of those are open to the public to attend and observe if they wish. We're very fortunate that we have the facility here in the town hall for people to come along in person, but we can also do it hybrid with online links as well. So that's really key. So if anyone is interested in finding out a little bit more, you can always find that out from our website. So on a final note from yourselves as Abergavenny Town Councillors, any words of encouragement for people that want to come along and find out more?
As Sandra has just said, everybody's welcome. If they want to speak, there's an opportunity for them to speak. If they've got something to raise, they've got time before our full meetings. So yes, come along and find out what it's all about.
And from yourself, Richard?
Yep, I think basically we can't help you if you don't tell us what the problem is. We want to know, we want to help. It's not a case of we're in our ivory tower, we want to help you guys. I mean, in the street, I've said hello to a few people from the ward and Abergavenny and quite happy to have a chat with them. So yeah, tell us, let's speak, let's have that communication between us two.
Our doors are always open, as they say, so that's really key. You can find out about all of our councillors on Meet the Team on our website, and that'll tell you who your ward councillors are and also has details of their email addresses. But as you say, you can contact us via our contact form as well, should you wish to get in touch. Well, I think that wraps things up really nicely. Thank you very much for joining me today on this latest episode of Abergavenny Town Chat, the Abergavenny Town Council podcast. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Do find us on Spotify and YouTube for finding previous episodes. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes, please do get in touch. We'll see you all again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.